This is KGW News at Sunrise.
I would be shocked if we did not get more applications for more funding to get this done. You know, this is an ambitious project with an ambitious timeline, and it is going to take a lot of work to stay on that timeline. Part of what makes that possible is funding.
That is U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg during his tour of the I-5 bridge on Tuesday. We're going to cover how much money is still needed to replace the bridge connecting Portland and Vancouver, coming up here in one of our top stories.
And Oregon lawmakers are considering a bill that would ban certain kinds of book bans. We'll explain coming up and hear from people for and against the effort.
Also this morning, local small businesses and nonprofits can seek reimbursement for any damages they suffered during last month's series of snow and ice storms. We'll explain how to apply and just how much money is up for grabs in just a few minutes.
Happy Wednesday to you. Glad you're here with us. It is February 14th, which means one, it's Valentine's Day, and two, it's also Oregon's birthday.
Oh, that's right.
Happy birthday, Oregon.
Yeah, exactly.
Rocking the red for Valentine's Day. Both
got
gentlemen
the pink.
here with a little pink.
Give me a hug for Valentine's Day, you big fella.
Oh, hey, why don't we all hug each other? Oh.
Can we keep the
Okay. Let's take the weather.
Too aggressive. It went from a nice moment to awkward. All right.
That's how the show works, Rod.
Big day today. We finally, because it's been weeks, have a pretty good winter storm moving in. We got the storm warnings up for the Cascades. The white areas are winter weather advisories for snow, but lesser amounts. Here's our storm. Not here yet. There it is sitting offshore. It's going to move up toward the mouth of the Columbia during the day today. And it is now throwing some light rain down around the Eugene area nearing Newport. But we will get through the morning commute hours here in the North Valley, Portland, and Vancouver with dry weather. We do have fog out there this morning. You can see the cloud deck is low, just kind of kissing the West Hills and the downtown cityscape. We're at 37 degrees, but we are dry. It'll be raining by noon, 45. East winds are going to pick up and become gusty out of the gorge today. And it'll be raining and gusty east winds at 5 o'clock, 43 degrees. Snow levels, including at least a chance of some of the metro hills kissing a little bit of white snow later tonight. That forecast is coming up. Here's Chris.
Kissing some light snow on Valentine's Day. I hear what you did there. All right, let's pick it up on the east side here. Photojournalist Chad Dehart behind the wheel of Drive 80 stumbled upon this 33rd and Grant Place. We've got a crash here. Portland police on the scene. No word of any injuries at this moment, but obviously a little bit to do on that side of town. Meanwhile, the fog, as Rod mentioned, dense fog advisory earlier across the region. This is a live look at Highway 26 out near 217. Fog is pretty thick on that side of town, but luckily the traffic is light. We'll switch gears, take you to the east side. This is I-205 near Rocky Butte. Traffic getting busier, but so far no major freeway issues out there just yet. Drew?
All right, Chris, we appreciate that update. Right now, we want to get to our top news headline this hour. It's Alaska Airlines flight attendants voting to authorize a strike. The union representing those workers announced yesterday that more than 99% of its participating members gave a yes vote. Now, this does not mean that a strike is necessarily imminent. The authorization simply covers them in the event that Alaska's management and the flight attendants union can agree, or cannot agree, I should say, on a new contract. An actual strike would have to be approved by federal regulators, and the last time Alaska Airlines flight attendants went on strike was way back in 1993.
U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says it is time for a new Interstate Bridge, which, by the way, is turning 107 years old today. Secretary Buttigieg got a first-hand look at the bridge yesterday on day 2 of his trip to Portland. During the tour, he met with both Oregon Governor Tina Kotek and Washington Governor Jay Inslee. They all agree the bridge needs to be replaced. Both states have agreed to pitch in millions of dollars in addition to the $600 million put up by the federal government last year. But that, combined with revenue from tolls, makes up only about a third of the $6 billion that's needed to build it.
The $600 million is a vote of confidence in the cooperation that is happening on both sides of the river. You know, this is an ambitious project with an ambitious timeline, and it is going to take a lot of work to stay on that timeline. Part of what makes that possible is funding.
There's at least one major federal grant pending. Depending on what additional money comes in, construction is expected to start in a couple years.
There's a new bill on the table in Salem that pushes back on book bans in Oregon. The sponsor of the bill says it would prohibit the removal of books based on discrimination.
But people who are against it say the bill is taking power away from local schools and parents. Alma McCarty has the details from Salem.
Another legislative session is underway in Salem.
Stop messing with our kids.
Let's lean into sparking curiosity
And up for consideration this week, Senate Bill 1583, a bill that would ban certain kinds of book bans. Senator Lou Frederick explains.
The bill is actually quite simple. It says that a school official cannot prohibit materials because the materials concern a class of people identified in our education anti-discrimination laws. In other words, you cannot ban a book because the book involves folks from marginalized communities.
Although hundreds submitted testimony online, Tuesday's public hearing provided an opportunity to testify in person. First up, those in favor.
Students don't need to be protected from the truth. Rather, they need to learn the truth in order to help them navigate a complex world. And if they understand historical injustices, they are better prepared to recognize, address, and repair injustice they encounter today.
Students aren't required to read every book in the library, but it's essential that they have a choice of books that connect them to the world.
However, several expressed strong feelings against the bill, questioning at times if it's even necessary.
This bill, as others have spoken, is redundant. We already have plenty of safeguards in place. We don't need more.
This situation that I see takes it out from local control.
This bill conveys distrust and disrespect for parental and community involvement. This will further alienate Oregonians from the public schools.
Librarians spoke up too, voicing their approval of such a bill. We caught up with Miranda Doyle, who works for districts in Southern Oregon.
We have selection policies that we follow. We look for positive reviews. We make sure they're appropriate for that grade level that we're putting them in the libraries for. But there's always that thought in the back of our heads now, are we going to get challenged? This important, well-reviewed, excellent book, if we buy this, are we going to have to deal with book banning?
Other advocates like Jessica Maravilla with the ACLU of Oregon emphasized the proposal isn't taking away control from parents, from schools, or from school leaders.
It's actually not such a big shift, so I think people just need to really read it and comprehend it a little bit more.
There's a work session for this bill coming up on Thursday, and if it ends up passing out of the Senate eventually, it will go to the House Education Committee, where people who are either for or against it will have another opportunity to testify. In Salem, Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Another bill under consideration in Salem would do away with daylight saving time. It would keep Oregon on standard time all year. So this differs from what lawmakers in both Oregon and Washington passed back in 2019. That bill made daylight saving time permanent, but it required federal approval. This new bill bypasses the need for federal approval since it would keep us on standard time. The president of a group called Save Standard Time believes staying on it is the fairest change for everyone.
It's shown by science to be the healthiest and safest way for commuters, for people who need to work outdoor, like farmers or construction, for children learning in school, and for everybody's just productivity in the workplace.
But of course, there's opposition, too. A University of Washington professor testified we should be staying on daylight saving time to push daylight into the evening hours.
That evening rush hour kills 3 times as many people as the morning rush hour does because there's more people on the road. There's more kids enjoying outdoor unsupervised play. There's more alcohol in drivers' bloodstreams. People are rushing to get home.
Lawmakers are scheduled to hold a work session for the bill tomorrow.
All right, before we get to Rodney Hill, how about a quick check where Eric Patterson is hanging out this morning, our man behind the camera, taking a look at what is really a brand new bakery. They just opened up a few months ago. It's Rosie May's in Aloha, and the owner right there is Lori. We actually met her, Christina Rod, I'll tell you. Eric and I met her on the street doing a Drew and You segment a couple of days ago. Yeah, right. She walked up and said, "You guys got to check out my bakery." She gave us a couple of pastries, and we said, "Yes, we do have to check out your bakery." Right now, she's cutting and shaping one of her signature items. This is the Tillamook White Cheddar and Rosemary Biscuit.
Oh my goodness.
Tillamook White Cheddar and Rosemary Biscuit. As you can imagine, they have lots of treats specially made for Valentine's Day as well. They're at the intersection of 185th and Farmington Road. There you see the information on your screen, rosiemaysbakery.com.
Yeah, maybe they'll have some last-minute Valentine's goodies you can get your significant others.
Oh, yeah, she said you could roll up and pick them up today. You don't even have to necessarily have them. I mean, they could sell out.
Right.
But if you just want to take a shot and roll up today,
Why
may
not?
have something for you.
Yeah.
All right. They have the XOXO heart cookies. Did you see that?
I did.
They were cute, yeah.
On the picture there.
I still sign XOXO when I text my wife. XOXO.
No, really, you do?
I do.
That's nice.
That is cute.
Ooh, anyone else? Anyone else get the X's and the O's?
No, just her. All right, take a look at our storm system.
Drew wants it.
At least an X. Maybe an O.
Pardon me. There's our storm offshore. It's going to move up to the mouth of the Columbia this afternoon, then sit there through the day tomorrow. We're dry right now locally, but you've got rain starting to move into Eugene. This is going to continue to push northward. Right now, the timing would get us through the 9 o'clock commute hour, all dry here in Portland. And it would be raining before the noon hour. We do have fog out there. Temperatures are not an issue up and down I-5. We're all above freezing, 39 Seattle, 39 Eugene. The rest of us are in between. It's freezing out in the gorge, but dry. The Dow's 32. It's dry out east as well. It's dry everywhere except for that southwestern corner of our state. 24 out in John Day. Here's our futurecast. So we have the winter storm warning up for 1 to 2 feet of snow in the Cascades. It's a 2-day storm. Moves in today, goes through the day tomorrow. We have storm warning up for the gorge for sticking snow. I think that holds off the sticking stuff along I-84 at low elevations until early this evening. Here's noon. The rain is everywhere up and down the west side. The rain is through the gorge where you see green, and the snow is falling up into the Cascades. 6 o'clock tonight. Now temperatures are going to quickly get to around 32 in places like Hood River. That opens the door for some sticking snow in the Columbia River Gorge at low elevations overnight tonight. We've got some fairly low snow spots in the Coast Range as well. More on that in a moment. Then here we are tomorrow morning. Snow in the gorge, snow in the Cascades, some rainy areas in the valley. Generally speaking, Central Oregon and other scattered areas out east that are away from the mountains will see 1 to 3 inches of snow. The Blues could see about 10 inches of snow out of this particular event. And here is the snow forecast. This shows 17 in Mount Hood. Again, 10 to 20 is the forecast generally. This goes through tomorrow evening. Now this shows the Dow's 9 to 5 inches, 9.5 inches rather. Local forecast from the National Weather Service put the Dow's more in a 3-4 inch snow event. And then you can see it's toying with some snow in the valley. So I want to take a second and point this out. East winds start to blow today. Those east winds can drive snow levels lower than what you think they're going to be. So there's temperature profile data that would suggest we could have snow overnight tonight, tomorrow morning, down to 1,000 feet. That would be high Metro Hills picking up some snow and also some snow on the east slope of the Coast Range. Again, for the Cascades, 3,000 foot snow level today, 2,000 feet tomorrow. 10 to 20, at least 8 at Government Camp, if not 10. Hood River and the Dalles getting likely snow. And generally, I think along I-84, 4 to 8 inches will be coming down. 46 today in town, 40 tonight, 44 tomorrow. Mainly dry Friday. Showers Friday evening, showers Saturday. And then we get into some shower chances, days that have lots of dry time, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And that is your forecast.
Okay, thank you so much, Rod. Portland small businesses that took a hit during last month's ice storm could soon get some financial relief. Portland leaders say the Restore grant program has been expanded to include costs related to the storm. Businesses can be reimbursed up to $25,000 for eligible expenses. You can check out prosperportland.us for more details. The application deadline is February 29th.